Hi, my name is Dakota Belcher, and I'm going to be teaching you how to use the quadratic formula and where to apply it. So the first step I want to go over today is our actual equation, which is x squared minus 8x equals 65. The first step in this equation, too, is to move the 65 over to make it an equals 0 situation. So we have x squared minus 8x minus 65 equals 0. This is our first step in doing this equation. Now the second step I want to go over is going over the actual quadratic formula. So let me go ahead and write that down. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. This is the quadratic formula in which we apply this into. On a regular day, you would factor this super easy. But for the sake of this lesson, we're going to go ahead and put this into the quadratic formula. By doing that, let's go ahead and assign letters to each individual number that's in this equation. So for example, we have x squared, which is still 1x squared. So for our a, we have 1. For our b, we have negative 8. And for our c, we have negative 65. Having our numbers here, now we can start to apply this into our quadratic formula. So for our negative b, we have negative 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 65 over 2 times 1. Now having done this, we can further simplify this by putting it into numerical form. So 2 negatives in this situation makes a positive. So we have positive 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared, which is 64, minus 4 times 1 times negative 65. So negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. And negative 4 times negative 65 is positive 260 over 2 times 1. This is the simplified version. Now let's simplify it further by adding what's in the radicals. We have 8 plus or minus the square root of 324 over 2. Now, for the final step, let's go ahead and simplify what's in that radical because it can be simplified. And we come out with 8 plus or minus 18 over 2. Now we can put this into two different answers since there are two different zeros by looking at this exponent. So we have 8 plus 18, which is 26, over 2, which is 13. And 8 minus 18, which is negative 10, over 2, which is negative 5. By doing this and coming with a quadratic formula, we've come up with our two zeros, even though there is an easier way to do this. But for the sake of this quadratic formula, this is how you get your two answers. So thank you.